Good morning, everyone. It's Kathy. How are you? Come on in. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Today's Monday, July 1st. Wow, this year went fast, didn't it? Today, it's a great day, actually. Yesterday was very stormy. There were a lot of trees down. I went out early this morning and I saw a lot of the electric trucks on the road doing limbs and everything that were all over. Fortunately, we didn't have a lot of damage. I got caught in the rain, but I waited it out and then came home. So I hope you're okay where you were. When it went through pretty quick, but then there was another storm last night, and I may have missed that. I may have slept through it, I'm not sure. Anyway, today what we're doing is a tricolor pasta. This happens to be Ronzoni. You can get it in other brands. This was the one that I was able to find on the shelf when I went. It's spinach, tomato, and white, regular, whatever you want to call the normal, what you usually use, color. The spinach does have dried spinach in it, and the tomato does have dried tomato in it. How much? I don't know. But it looks nice. It makes for a nice display on your table. What it calls for is some type of Italian dressing. I'm using Zesty Italian Great Value, which is Walmart. You can use whatever Good Seasons if you want to make your own. It also calls for black olives. I have a small can that is cut in slices. This is a 2.25 ounce can. Red onion, which is way more than I think I'm going to be using, but this is what I have right now. Some basil, which I wouldn't have had any had I not paid a visit to my good friend Susan. And when I was leaving, she said, "How about a basil plant? Do you have one?" And I said, "No, but I didn't want to take yours." And she said, take it, I have more." So thank you again, Susan, for this basil plant. It's huge. It's outside on the deck. It's beautiful. And green pepper. Now, this is not obviously a bell pepper. This is a pepper that I bought. I'm trying to remember where I bought it, but I don't really know, so I'm not going to guess. This is the way they're growing. They are bell peppers. They're not, no, I shouldn't say that. They're green peppers. They're not bell peppers because they're not shaped like the bell. This is going to have to be enough because this is the largest one I had out there, and I have a few more that are smaller than this, and I just want to leave them out there so they can get a chance to get bigger. One good thing about growing your own produce, as we all know, you know what's on it. You know if you've had to spray it or wash it or whatever you need to do. I just bring this in, rinse it off, and it's ready to go because there's no sprays. So it's, to me, it's fine. It's basically organic. And of course, I mentioned my basil leaves. And one other thing is pepper jack cheese. Now, I didn't have it in the cubes. You can cube it, or you can have it shredded like I have it. Probably you'll want it cubed. The shredded, I would not put on until you're ready to put it out on the table, or if you're going to an event or something like that. Just before it goes out, I would put the pepper jack on it. But pepper jack has a little bit of jalapeno peppers in it, and it's a Monterey Jack cheese, which is, Monterey Jack is very mild to begin with, but the jalapeno peppers gives it its flavor. So, I boiled my tricolored pasta. I didn't see any reason for you to be on with me when I was doing this, so we would both watch water boil. So I'm going to put this aside here. I'm going to put in my olives. This is going to be really quick, as you can see. Now it also calls for pepperoni. I'm not doing pepperoni. You can cut that up in cubes if you want to also. The reason I'm not doing this is because I have a vegetarian. So I don't know if she'll eat it to begin with, but if she does eat it, she wouldn't want it because of the pepperoni in it. So now I'm going to get the seeds out of my little tiny green pepper here. And probably, see, I like to have lots of vegetables in a salad, especially a pasta salad, because otherwise, why bother? I like the texture. I like to have it to be more than just pasta. So I usually use a fair amount of whatever I'm using in vegetables. So is everybody doing something for the 4th of July? Are you staying home? Are you traveling? I'm homebound. I usually am. I don't know whether anybody will be around. I have a feeling. I haven't heard from anybody as far as family goes, so I don't think there's any arrangements to do anything. It depends on the mood I'm in as to whether you say, oh, I wish people were coming here, or wish I had a lot of company, or wish I like talking to and enjoying people's company and feeding them, which is nice. I like doing that too, because I don't do it as much as I used to. Children grow up, grandchildren grow up, and they all go different directions. Now I'll put in my basil. The basil, what I'll do is try to do what we know as a chiffonade, which is taking the stems off. Oh, that smells so good. And then wrapping the basil. And cutting it into small pieces as you can get, because basil can very easily be overpowering. I'll put that in. Now, onion is another story. Depends on how badly it affects me when I'm cutting it as to how much I'm going to put in. If it's giving me a hard time, there's not much going in. If it isn't, I'll keep going. So what I'll do is, I'll cut a piece off the side. I'm going to say it's about a third, and we'll go from there. Oh, this one looks nice and healthy. I went out early this morning, as I said before, and when I went down the road, there's a town park, and it was hardly anybody in it when I went down, and I came back about an hour later, and the tennis court was full, and people were playing pickleball, and there were probably 20 or 30 kids lined up, so day camp must start today. And if you needed to park there, you'd be hard-pressed to find a spot. The pickleball situation is brand new. It's only been, I don't know, probably just this season that they started with that. But I'm glad to see that it's being used. Now you can see the size of the onions that I'm using. They're relatively small. I don't, like I said, I don't mind raw onion. I'm not crazy about it. My husband he orders raw onion on everything, and it's good for you. Maybe just a bit more. It was so gray just a little bit ago that I asked Alexa if we were going to get more rain today, and she said no. And it looks like the sun is starting to come out, and I think the temperature's only going to be at 77 or 79. Okay, we've got a little basil left here. We'll get that on there. A little tiny bit more of onion. Now I'm going to give it a stir and get myself a big spoon. You can see the bowl I'm using is a Tupperware bowl. It's one of those, I believe, that came in a set of 2 or 3. It's got to be 30 years old. Still hanging in there. And the spoon that I'm using is Tefal, and that's very old too. It's a 12-ounce box of pasta. It's a sufficient amount for any kind of entertaining or party or whatever. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that I want to put in that, since I have such a small amount of green pepper. Let me see what I have in the refrigerator. Could put some carrots in it, I think that would be good. And I'm going to put in some grape tomatoes. That'd be nice flavor. Right? Right. As long as I can find my way to open up the container. Alright, take your glasses off. You can see better without them. I lost my glasses for about 3 days, about a week ago. And, of course, when you find them in where you least expect to find them. But in the meantime, I went and ordered another pair of glasses. But it's probably just as well that I did, because these are 3 years old. And I'll probably be surprised with the difference in them. These tomatoes were washed. I washed them when I brought them in. You're a little shriveled. Not going to use you. It actually does, I'm going to show you, it does make the salad look much more colorful. You might want to, instead of using green pepper, use red pepper or both. Okay. Okay. Pick up the debris here. And then the next thing we're going to do is just add the salad dressing. I have to cut this off. Where are you here? Okay. Give it a good shake. I like the Wishbone Zesty. But this looked pretty good in the container, so we'll give this a try. It has 3 sugars. No cholesterol, no protein. So it's basically, no, not good for you. Just dress it. Okay. I'll spin this around. And it says, if you're making your own dressing, it's 3/4 of a cup. So I'm just going to add until I think that it looks good. Maybe just a bit more. There we go. That was a big squirt. There you go. It's a pretty salad. I'm going to get a spoon and get a taste. Actually, I'm going to get a little bowl because I want to put the pepper jack on it. Alright, little bowls. Here's one. I'll use this. This will work the same. I like olives. I like olives a lot. You could probably even want to, if you want to use green olives in here, that'd be good too. We use them both. Can't go wrong with olives, as far as I'm concerned. Pepper jack. Since I'm not mixing it in, I'm just going to put a pinch on the top. And let's see. But like I said, as soon as you're ready, don't put it until you're ready to serve. When you're ready to serve, put it on. Tomato and olive and pasta and pepper jack. I'm glad I added a tomato. It's very tasty. Very good. It's very light. Very light. But, like I said, if there's anything you don't like the black olives, don't use them. If you like green olives instead, use them or use them both. Didn't call for the tomatoes. I'm glad I put them in. I think there's enough red onion by using about 1/3 of a large onion. The basil, maybe I could have used just a bit more basil, and if I had a larger green pepper. But it really does taste very good. I'm very happy with it. I'm glad I tried it. I saw it on Google. It's a similar recipe to one that we used to use when I worked at the Grand Union many, many years ago. They used white or orange cheddar cheese instead of the pepper jack. And they didn't, I'm trying to think if there was anything else they used. There might have been something different too. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If I don't see you between now and the 4th of July, have a great 4th of July. And be safe, be careful, and be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day, and have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.